The Golden State Warriors travel to the Kia Center tonight to take on the Orlando Magic, with tip-off set for 7 p.m. Golden State comes in as a 3.5 favorite, but both teams enter this matchup carrying distinct strengths, injuries, and contrasting styles that make this line tighter than it looks. Stephen Curry leads the Warriors, averaging elite scoring efficiency and carrying the league's top three-point volume. Without Jonathan Kuminga and DeAnthony Melton, the Warriors lean even more heavily on Curry's perimeter gravity. Jimmy Butler adds stability as a two-way force, and Moses Moody provides shooting and pace, but Golden State's depth takes a notable hit with key defensive wings unavailable. For Orlando, Franz Wagner steps in as the primary scoring engine, bringing size, control, and shot creation. Desmond Bane delivers perimeter firepower and high-percentage free throw shooting. Wendell Carter Jr. anchors the interior, giving the Magic their rebounding advantage. Jonathan Isaac contributes defensive length, and if Jalen Suggs can go despite his groin soreness, Orlando gains a crucial on-ball defender who pressures perimeter scorers. Even without Paolo Banchero and Moritz Wagner, this group remains disciplined and physical. The key matchup lies beyond the arc. Golden State leads the NBA in made threes, but Orlando ranks number 1 at preventing them. Add in strong rebounding, home court energy, and an inflated public line, and the value shifts. And today's AI pick is Orlando Magic plus 3.5, will we cash or will we burn? On to Game 2.
Tonight, the Boston Celtics head into Barclays Center to take on the Brooklyn Nets, with Boston laying 10.5 points on the road. The Celtics sit at 7-7 and enter this game without Jason Tatum, while the Nets come in at 2-11 but showing signs of fight behind their young core. With a slow pace expected and key injuries shaping both rotations, this matchup feels tighter than the line suggests. Jaylen Brown leads the Celtics and carries the scoring load with Tatum sidelined. His downhill pressure and mid-range efficiency are Boston's primary engine tonight. Derek White brings two-way stability, spacing, and elite defensive feel, giving Boston a reliable secondary creator. Peyton Pritchard adds shooting and pace from the guard spot, while Anthony Simons provides scoring pop off the dribble. Neemias Queta anchors the interior with rim protection and energy. For Brooklyn, Michael Porter Jr. is the headliner, producing scoring and rebounding at a high level. His shot creation keeps the Nets competitive, even in tough matchups. Nick Claxton controls the paint with his length, shot blocking, and finishing around the rim. Terrence Mann adds versatility on the perimeter and will be crucial defensively against Boston's guards. Despite Boston having the better record, the absence of Tatum, Brooklyn's home energy, and sharp action on the Dogs shift the value. Boston may win, but the number is inflated. And today's AI pick is Brooklyn Nets plus 10.5. Will we cash or will we burn? On to Game 3.
The Detroit Pistons head into State Farm Arena tonight to face the Atlanta Hawks, with Detroit laying 1.5 despite being on the second night of a back-to-back. The Pistons enter this matchup as the number 1 team in the East at 12-2, while the Hawks sit at 9-5 and playing their best basketball of the season. Both teams come in riding long winning streaks, setting up a tight and explosive matchup in Atlanta. Jalen Duren leads Detroit with strong interior scoring, elite rebounding, and physical rim protection. His presence inside anchors the Pistons' defense and generates second-chance points. Cade Cunningham, if he plays through his questionable tag, brings scoring versatility and playmaking that elevates the entire offense. For Atlanta, Jalen Johnson continues to deliver as a dynamic point forward, putting up scoring, rebounding, and distributing at an impressive level. Nickeil Alexander-Walker has stepped up in Trae Young's absence, especially late in games, bringing timely scoring and perimeter defense. Atlanta's overall defensive jump without Young has been one of the biggest surprises in the league, and their depth has carried them through this winning stretch. Detroit's schedule spot is tough, with travel and fatigue impacting their elite defense. While Atlanta comes in rested and confident, the Hawks' improved defensive rating and home court advantage tilt the edge their way. And today's AI pick is Atlanta Hawks plus 1.5. Will we cash or will we burn? On to Game 4.
Tonight, the Memphis Grizzlies head into the Frostbank Center to face the San Antonio Spurs, with San Antonio favored by 6 points. The Spurs enter this matchup at 9-4, with one of the best home records in the West, while the Grizzlies arrive at 4-10 and struggling to generate consistent offense. With both teams dealing with injuries, the available stars will shape the tone of this game. For Memphis, Jaren Jackson Jr. carries the scoring load and remains their most reliable two-way threat. His shot blocking and defensive instincts will be critical. If the Grizzlies want to slow San Antonio's efficient attack, Cedric Howard has emerged as a steady perimeter option, giving Memphis shot creation on the wing, while Zach Edey provides length, rebounding, and interior presence around the rim. Still, without Jay Morant and several rotation guards, Memphis has lacked the shot-making and playmaking needed to stay competitive in these spots. San Antonio is led by De'Aaron Fox, whose speed, late-game scoring, and playmaking keep the Spurs balanced and dangerous. Even without Victor Wembanyama, Devin Vassell adds perimeter scoring and spacing, giving the Spurs reliable production on the wing. Julian Champagnie contributes shooting and energy, helping stabilize the rotation while several players remain out. With Memphis struggling offensively, thin in the backcourt, and facing a Spurs team that plays top-5 level defense, the matchup leans heavily towards San Antonio at home. And today's AI pick is San Antonio Spurs -6. Will we cash or will we burn? On to Game 5.
The Utah Jazz head into Crypto.com Arena tonight to take on the Los Angeles Lakers, with Los Angeles laying double digits and the total sitting at 237.5. The Jazz come in at 5-8 with major defensive concerns, while the Lakers sit at 10-4 and continue to climb the Western Conference standings behind elite shot-making and top-tier efficiency. Lauri Markkanen leads Utah with over 30 points per game, carrying their offense with high-volume scoring and floor spacing. Keontae George adds perimeter shot creation and aggressive dribble penetration, lifting Utah's backcourt scoring. Isaiah Collier provides playmaking and tempo, often initiating the offense and finding Markkanen in rhythm. But even with these offensive pieces, Utah's defensive rating sits near the bottom of the league, and their road struggles have been a consistent pattern all season. For the Lakers, Luka Doncic is the centerpiece, putting up an MVP-level line with scoring, rebounding, and elite playmaking. Austin Reeves brings secondary scoring and mid-range consistency, while DeAndre Ayton anchors the paint with efficient finishing and strong rebounding presence. Rui Hachimura gives the Lakers versatility as a scoring forward who can create mismatches in transition and half-court sets. Despite the star power on both sides, the pace matchup leans slower, and the Lakers' three-point volume remains low. Utah's recent offensive bursts came in overtime and inflated environments, not standard pace games. With defensive matchups tightening and efficiency normalizing, points should come at a steadier, slower clip tonight. And today's AI pick is under. Will we cash or will we burn? On to the recap.
Some nights, the numbers whisper, and some nights they scream. Tonight, they did both. Our 5 AI picks in English: Orlando Magic plus 3.5, Brooklyn Nets plus 10.5, Atlanta Hawks plus 1.5, San Antonio Spurs -6, under 237.5 in Jazz versus Lakers. Nuestros, 5 picks in Espanol: Orlando Magic plus 3.5, Brooklyn Nets plus 10.5, Atlanta Hawks plus 1.5, San Antonio Spurs -6, under 237.5 in Jazz versus Lakers. Atlanta Hawks plus 1.5, San Antonio Spurs -6. Bayo, 237.5, and Jazz versus Lakers. Like and subscribe. Will we cash or will we burn? Der Wolf verliert sein Fell, aber nicht seine Natur. The wolf sheds its fur, but not its nature.